So happy you could join us again. We are with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group of Food and Wine Sommelier of the Year. The group includes the two Roosticos, one in Alexandria, one in Ballston. You've also got Evening Star Cafe and Planet Wine, the bottle shop right next door in the Del Rey neighborhood. Greg, it is great to see you.
You too.
Couple of exciting things. First, one, your Giants won.
1 and 5.
That's all right.
They broke the streak.
There's some teams that haven't won as of this point. They play the Seahawks on Sunday, so you and I will be. And secondly, and more importantly, we are in the latest edition to the NRG. Tell me where we are. What is this?
So this is Shop Made in DC, and we are partnering with Stacy Price, who's an old friend of ours, to operate this amazing store right here in DuPont Circle. So every single thing in this store is made in the district. So it's an amazing retail space. We've got a really cool cafe serving great local beers like DC Brau Pils right here.
And lots of great light, literally across the street from the south exit from the DuPont Circle Metro Station. So easy to find. Speaking of, what is on tap this week?
So this week we are featuring a newer beer from really the kind of godfather of DC craft brewing at this point. This is DC Brau Brau Pils. I think you just picked some of this up, you said?
I've had it a number of times.
It is phenomenal beer. You know, DC Brau is known for their pale ales and IPAs out of the gate. They incorporated in 2009. They started selling beer in 2011. But as time has gone on, they've really mastered a lot of these classic styles. So the Brau Pils is one of those examples. A fantastic example, kind of a North German style, they say, because it's bone dry and has a lot of hop character. I mean, this is definitely not a soft pale lager. It has huge German hop character. They're using Hallertau Tradition, which is a newer hop actually. It was bred and released in 1993, but classic noble hop character to the beer. Earthy, floral, slightly spicy on the palate, and just delicious. And one of the cool things about the beer is that when DC Brau opened, I'm sure you remember, they were struggling just to keep up. I mean, the first brewery in DC since the 50s, people were going crazy for it. The public, corruption, citizen, and so they were making beers that were these ales that they could turn over rather quickly. It took them a long time to be able to make a lager like this that takes 3 to 4 weeks because they just didn't have the cellar capacity and demand was too high. So it's a cool evolution for the brewery to get to a point now where they can comfortably produce this kind of classic style beer.
And it's interesting now that I think about it, you're right around the corner from a prominent part of DC beer history.
The Heurich House, right? Exactly. Yeah, right, exactly.
Very cool.
The old Brewmaster's Castle, Christian Heurich, is right around the corner. And of course, the Heurich Brewery was the last brewery to operate in the district, closing in the mid-50s. But by that time, they had moved the brewery from DuPont over to actually where the Kennedy Center currently stands.
I never know how to say that name correctly. I'm glad you do. Are people, I find myself, I think it's part of getting older and also part of not liking to bump into things so much. I find myself drinking more Pilsners, drinking more, like this is 4.5.
Yeah, and that's
crushable
important.
beer.
Yeah.
I find myself turning more to that. I don't know about other people.
Oh, absolutely. And you're seeing it as well, I mean, first of all, people have always kind of drank low alcohol beer. If you think about it, the industrial lagers are all sub 5%. Guinness, 4.2%. Not that that's an industrial lager. The Mexican lagers like Corona and Pacifico, which are on fire and they keep increasing sales in the US, all lower in alcohol. So it does make sense that people have been drinking them for a while. What's really cool is that craft beer drinkers are now turning to that, like you said, and looking for something more sessionable. And the beautiful thing is that the craft brewers themselves are providing it. So lager brewing, low ABV lager brewing is running rampant in the craft brewing scene. It's phenomenal. Every brewer seems to have a traditional lager or Pilsner coming out these days, and so they're meeting the demand really well.
What would you pair it with?
This is one of those beers that goes with just about anything, especially that really vibrant, snappy hop bitterness in the finish. It's great for anything that's fatty and fried. But also I love this with salty seafood, oily fish, briny oysters, things like that are fantastic, kind of balance against that pinpoint bitterness on the palate.
All right, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.